Hey, there we go. Now I'm using the right mic. Yeah, I recorded this entire video and was in the process of editing it, and then I discovered that had the wrong mic input selected, and it sounded like complete garbage. So now I'm doing this whole video yet again. Here we are. Take two. Let's go. Hey, what's up? Happy weekend, you guys. It is another weekend, and that means it's time to talk about what's opening up this weekend at a theater near you, as well as giving you my weekend box office predictions. But as always, before we take a look ahead, let's go ahead and take a look back and see how movies performed at the box office last weekend. Sully took the top spot last weekend, raking in just over $35 million in its debut. When the Bow Breaks came in second with $14.2 million, followed by Don't Breathe, Suicide Squad, and The Wildlife rounding out the top 5. Comparing my predictions to the actuals, I actually had a pretty good week last week. I correctly guessed the top 9 movies, but I really thought that The Light Between Oceans would have stuck around in the top 10 for one more week. After going just 4 out of 10 for the past several weeks, last week I finally got redemption and got 9 out of 10 correct. That bumps my lifetime percentage up to 58.62%. And now let's take a closer look at what's new this weekend. This weekend sees the release of Blair Witch, Bridget Jones's Baby, and Snowden. First up, let's talk about Blair Witch. College students enter the Black Hills Forest in Maryland to see if the disappearance of James's sister is connected to the Blair Witch. As night falls, the students realize that the legend is all too real after they are visited by a menacing presence. Blair Witch is a continuation of the franchise that started back in 1999 with the Blair Witch Project and its sequel, Book of Shadows. It stars Corbin Reed, Wes Robinson, and Valerie Curry. The movie is rated R for language, terror, and some disturbing images. Next we have Bridget Jones's Baby. Breaking up with Mark Darcy leaves Bridget Jones over 40 and single again. Feeling that she has everything under control, Jones decides to focus on her career as a top news producer. Suddenly, her love life comes back from the dead when she meets a dashing and handsome American named Jack. Things couldn't be better until Bridget discovers that she is pregnant. Now the befuddled mom-to-be must figure out if the proud papa is Mark or Jack. Bridget Jones's Baby is the sequel to Bridget Jones's Diary and Bridget Jones, The Edge of Reason. It once again stars Renee Zellweger as Bridget Jones and Colin Firth as Mark Darcy. They are joined by Patrick Dempsey and Emma Thompson. The film is rated R for language, sex references, and some nudity. Also opening this weekend is Snowden. In 2013, NSA contractor Edward Snowden leaked a large number of classified documents to the media, exposing the US government's covert surveillance activities. Some called the whistleblower a hero, while others called him a traitor. Snowden is directed by acclaimed filmmaker Oliver Stone, who has also directed such films as Platoon, Wall Street, The Doors, JFK, and Natural Born Killers. It stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Shailene Woodley, Melissa Leo, Zachary Quinto, and Nicolas Cage. The movie is rated R for language and some sexuality/nudity. And now that we know what the new releases are, let's get into my weekend box office predictions. I think Sully will repeat at number 1 this weekend. There's still a lot of buzz around this movie, and I have a feeling that people who didn't see it last weekend will venture out and see it this weekend. I don't see a huge drop in this one, and I think it will probably end up somewhere in the neighborhood of about $23 or $23.5 million. It should be good enough for the top spot. The only wrinkle in that will be if Blair Witch overperforms. This has been a great year for horror films, and I'm hearing pretty good things about Blair Witch. I don't think it'll earn quite enough to be number 1, but it will be close. I have Blair Witch coming in second. At number 3, I have Bridget Jones's Baby. Bad Moms had a great run at the box office the past couple of weeks, and I think that Bridget Jones's Baby is going to be right there to pick up the baton and run with it. I'm honestly not familiar with the franchise. I think I saw the first one, Bridget Jones's Diary, many years ago, and I do know that the second film, Bridget Jones' Edge of Reason, or whatever it was called, didn't do nearly as well as the first one when it came out, but I do think that this movie will do quite well. I have it at number 3 this week. At a disappointing number 4, I have Snowden. You guys can check out my review that I put up a couple days ago. I think that this is an important movie to see, but I don't think it will have nearly enough in the tank for it to beat Blair Witch or Sully. I would love to be surprised and have it beat Bridget Jones's Baby for the 3rd spot, but if I'm being honest, it'll probably come in 4th place this weekend. In 5th place, I have When the Bob Breaks. In 6th, I have Don't Breathe. This movie is still going strong after several weeks, and while Blair Witch will likely take some of its audience, I still think it'll perform nicely again this weekend. At number 7, I have Suicide Squad. This is another movie that's managing to hang in there despite some pretty mixed reviews. In 8th place, we have another newcomer that I didn't mention earlier, the documentary Hillsong, Let Hope Rise, which is about the Christian rock band Hillsong United. Faith-based films have enjoyed moderate success over the past few years, and this movie isn't going to do crazy numbers at the box office this weekend, but it could do 2.5 to 3 million, and I think that could easily put it in the top 10. I have it coming in at number 8. In 9th place, I have Pete's Dragon. This is still the best family movie out there at the moment, and while it hasn't performed as well as The Jungle Book did earlier this year, I think that it still has one more weekend in the top 10. Rounding out the top 10, I have The Wildlife. This film is doing next to nothing. I've seen no promotion for it, it doesn't have recognizable voice talent, it was made by a French and Belgian animation studio that I've never even heard of, and I'm not hearing good things about it from those that have seen it. If I were a parent, I'd tell my kiddos to wait just one more weekend and then take them to see Storks, which opens next weekend. Still, I think The Wildlife will just barely crack its way into the top 10 in its second weekend, probably just edging out over Kubo and the Two Strings. So to recap, number 10, The Wildlife. Number 9, Pete's Dragon. Number 8, Hillsong, Let Hope Rise. Number 7, Suicide Squad. Number 6, Don't Breathe. Number 5, When the Bob Breaks. Number 4, Snowden. Number 3, Bridget Jones's Baby. Number 2, Blair Witch. And number 1, Sully. So there you have it, guys. Those are my predictions for this week. Do you agree with my predictions or not? What movies are you looking forward to seeing this weekend? Let me know. Sound off in the comment section down below. You guys, thank you so much as always for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you like this video, go ahead and click that thumbs up button because that would really help me out a lot. And then make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel here so you don't miss any of my other videos. You can find me online at jeffitosmovieblog.com, on Facebook at jeffitosmovieblog, and on Twitter simply at jeffitosblog. Links for all those are down below in the description box like always. Have a great weekend, you guys are the best. I'll be back soon with more movie reviews, but until next time, I will see you at the movies. Bye-bye. Hey, what's up, guys? It is another weekend. That means it's time to let you know what's new at a theater near you this weekend, as well as giving you my weekend box office predictions. But as always, before we go ahead and take a look ahead, let's take a look back and see how the box office performed last weekend.